everybody. It is Dave Millar with the Millar Group, and we are a real estate group out of the Russian River. We've been selling property out on the Russian River for over 20 years, and what we do here is in the deep dive, provide information to you about the real estate market. Each week we pick a different subject or topic and try to give you some deep analytical information so you can make an intelligent decision whether you're thinking about buying or selling a home, what you think is going to work best for you. And in this episode, we are covering the supposed foreclosure crisis, which is coming up. Is there really a foreclosure crisis? What is about to happen? So let's dive right in here. Unemployment rates at all-time lows. Unemployment today versus the great financial crisis and the 75-year average. The great financial crisis, 2008, 2012. Here it is over here. We had 8.3% unemployment. The 75-year average for unemployment is 5.7%. Right now, we are at 3.5% unemployment, folks. So even if it goes back up 2 percentage points, that's just going to put us at the average. So is unemployment a big fear right now? We don't think so. Everybody is looking at what's happening with the Fed and interest rates and inflation. And what they're thinking is that there might be a soft landing on this recession, but they're not sure yet. Again, none of us has a crystal ball. Anybody tells you they know what's going to happen in the future, turn around and run. We're just going to give you the information so you can make the decision yourself about what you think you should do with your home. Share of mortgage loans in forbearance decreases to 0.44% in June. So forbearance is when someone is in a program which helps them not get evicted from their house or foreclosed on their house. Now, 2020, we're talking, that was the height of the pandemic. So we were about 8.4%. Now we're down to 0.44%. So most of those people have gotten out of the forbearance programs, gotten caught up on their loans, and everything is great. Mortgage forbearance has declined because most homeowners have maintained or improved their financial health. Forbearance remains a viable loss mitigation option for homeowners who may struggle under more challenging economic conditions. So forbearance is still there for people, but a lot of people aren't needing forbearance right now. Loans upon existing forbearance program. So this gives us an idea of people that went into forbearance, what happened to them. 35.3% paid in full. 45.6% had a workout or a repayment plan in place that they are now paying on. 17.9% were still in trouble. So that's the percentage that we still are keeping an eye on. And 1.2% actually lost their home. So these are the numbers that we're looking at since 2020 to 2023. Most people are getting out of these forbearance programs. So it looks like the forbearance programs that were put into place during the pandemic have done their job and done their job well. Foreclosures in the first 6 months. So this is looking back to 2008. The peak was 1.7 million. That's a million with an M. Foreclosures in the first 6 months of 2010. Where are we at in 2023? We are at 186,000 foreclosures. Now, what you're seeing, you might have seen, I don't know if you've seen, but if you might be seeing out there in the media is that foreclosures have gone up 160% from 2021. They're cherry picking 2021. The reason they were so low in 2021 is there weren't any foreclosures allowed in 2021. So has the jump really been that great? You look at it against the backdrop of the past 15 years. Now, what do we think normal is going to be more like? Normal is probably going to be 215, 2016, 500,000 for the first half. That's probably more normal. That might be where we get back to. And if you compare that to 65,000, it's going to look like a huge number. But everything needs to be looked at in perspective. The slight decline in foreclosure filings we are seeing is yet another sign of a rebounding housing market. With home prices back up, Several factors have combined to put more financial resources in the hands of homeowners, providing more options to avoid foreclosure. So there's lots of programs out there for people to avoid foreclosure. November 2008. Now, this is Bill McBride. He was one of the first guys to call the crisis in 2008 and what was going to happen. This is what Bill said. Bill said foreclosure activity is already at record levels. Yet, as prices fall, foreclosure activity will probably continue to increase. The activity will literally be off the chart. Now, that was Bill in 2008. This is Bill in 2023. There will be no foreclosure crisis at this time. So this is what the professionals are saying. Serious delinquencies on a decline. Percentage of mortgage loans that are 3 monthly payments or more past due or in the process of foreclosure. This is from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. Look at how this has dropped from January 22 to now. It was at almost 1.2% for Fannie Mae. Now it's down below 0.6%. So the stats are still showing everything coming down in the foreclosure scene. Serious delinquencies, those 90 days past due, dropped to the lowest since they've been in since August 2006. Overall, the national delinquency rate remains 1.15% below its 2000-2005 pre-Great Financial Crisis seasonal average. Numbers don't lie. You make a decision. The seasonal adjusted mortgage delinquency rate fell to its lowest level since Mortgage Brokers Association survey began in 1979. Buoyed by a resilient job market, homeowners are continuing to make their mortgage payments. So a lot of it's tied to that job market. And as you all know, we're all out there in the world. There's not enough people to do the jobs that we have right now. There's four jobs for job signs everywhere out there. People looking for people to work, and they're just not finding them. So as long as that keeps continuing, people's incomes are going to keep going up, and they're still going to be able to afford their mortgages. Americans sitting on a tremendous amount of equity, folks. 68.7 have paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% equity. So that's almost 2/3 of the total marketplace is either completely paid off or has 50% equity in their homes. There's another 29.2% that are 1 to 50% equity and negative equity. Now, that's really the trigger, because that's what happened in the financial crisis. People made a strategic decision to just walk away from their house because they had so much negative equity that it just didn't make sense to keep it. That's only 2.1% of the total market. Number of U.S. homeowners in negative equity dropped to its lowest level in 12 years, and that's from CoreLogic. Millions fewer homes in negative equity. So the height of the Great Financial Crisis, we had 16 million with an M homes in negative equity. Right now, we have 344,000 homes in negative equity. Now, it's a drag that those people are in negative equity. I hope they can get out of negative equity, but is it really a signal that we are going to be facing a financial crisis and a foreclosure crisis? The numbers just aren't there. I think it all depends on if we are going to go into a recession or not. It depends on interest rates. They probably are going to go up a little bit more. It looks like the Fed wants to get that inflation number down to 2%, but it really hasn't had the negative effect on unemployment that we thought it was going to. These are the numbers, folks. You make the decision what you think. Do you think we're going to be going into a foreclosure crisis? I think it looks pretty positive that we won't. But again, my crystal ball just doesn't seem to be working these days. I don't even use it. I leave it in the closet. So you make these decisions on your own. If you've got any questions regarding real estate, if you want to talk about these slides at all, I'd love to talk to you. Real estate on the Russian River, we'd love to help you out. Again, my name is Dave Millar with the Millar Group. Our number is 707-217-1786. Have a great day.